Greetings, friends! From our vlog titled Microgreens, what are they and how do you use them? We've gotten a number of requests and questions from you all asking how do we grow microgreens.
They're so easy, kids can grow them.
Yep, she's right. Kids can grow microgreens too. And here on our farm, we try to do a number of tasks that are so simple that the kids can do them as well. Yes, I understand that realistically there's some tasks that kids can't do, like she's not able to run a rototiller yet, but her and Josiah can definitely help transplant, grow microgreens, and help with just a number of other farm tasks, and other kids can do it as well. One of the things that I have learned about microgreens, and I first want to say that the way that we do it is not perfect. Our system's not perfect. However, one of the things that we've tried to do, that I try to do, is I try to learn from others and take what I've learned from others and apply it in our context with what we have as far as strengths individually and as a family, resources that we have available, and just overall landscape and things that we're working with. Everybody is working in a different context, and you have to learn from the different principles of people that you see on YouTube and you read in books, whether it be Curtis Stone, JM48, whoever. You learn from them and then take those principles and apply them into your context, and it may slightly differ in your approach and techniques and whatever it may be. It may be slightly different than the way that other people do them, but you can learn from their principles overall. So, how we grow microgreens are basically, we have it broken down into basically 4 stages. The first stage is the preparation stage. In this preparation phase, you want to make sure that you have the right trays to be working with, to actually be growing your microgreens in. And we use one of these trays right here, which is a 1 1/4 inch shallow, or also called microgreens tray. And you can buy a tray like this, a high quality tray, at bootstrapfarmer.com, and we'll make sure we'll provide that link in the show notes below, so make sure you check it out. You can get some good quality trays from them. With these trays, they also have holes in them, and those holes are important for a couple reasons. One is to make sure that the water just doesn't get stagnant in there with your microgreens and your seeds, so that way they basically will rot and get bacteria. You don't want that. But then there's another reason that we'll show you here in a little bit, and we'll talk about that in just a few minutes. Another thing is you want to make sure you have the right media to grow your microgreens in. What we like to use is a peat moss perlite mix. And Sailor here actually likes to play in the soil. Yep. She gets So make sure you have that ready. Make sure you don't have kids rolling around in it too much though. You have that ready. You also want to make sure that you decide on whatever type of lighting you're going to use for your microgreens to actually grow in. They'll need some type of lighting, whether it'll be natural lighting outside. We like to use, we have a grow room that we actually will have our microgreens and our seed starts that they'll actually grow in. So that's what we use to start and grow our seeds. Another thing you can do, we don't always do it, but you can do this, is you can actually soak your seeds, and that will actually help the germination process of the seeds. And soaking your seeds, you can soak them anywhere from 8 to 12 hours is what they recommend, but I found that that is kind of more of an optional thing to do. Also, as part of the preparation stage, you want to make sure that the area that your seeds will be growing in, that they're ready, that it's at the right temperature and the right humidity. You want to make sure that the temperature is anywhere between 68 and 72. Ideally, I like to keep it around 70 degrees just to be somewhat, as I feel, on the safe side. So our second stage is to actually sow your seed or start your seed. And I have found that you can be pretty liberal with sowing your seed. You don't have to be real meticulous with sowing a seed here and sowing a seed there. But no, you can spread your seed out on top of your soil, that the medium that you decide to use for your soil. Like I said, we use peat moss. And once you sow that seed on top of there, you want to just soak that seed really well. Take the water, you want to mist it. Mist it is best because you don't want to be having the water hose on high and shooting your seed all over the place. But you want to mist that soil really well. Make sure those seeds get really soaked into that soil. So that way, because your seeds will actually start growing when the right temperature and humidity and having that moisture there will help aid in that growth. And that brings us to what our third stage is, and that is the stage of growth, or the growth stage. So after we've watered our seed, we next take our trays and we stack them on top of each other. And this will help promote the growth stage. I know it sounds crazy, but you want to stack your trays directly on top of each other. And at the very top tray, you want to put an empty tray, and you put bricks right on top of that. Next, wait 2 to 4 days, and you'll begin to see that the seeds will begin sprouting in those trays, lifting up the tray above it. And it looks kind of neat when that happens. But during that time, you want to make sure that you keep checking your trays to make sure that the soil doesn't dry out too much. That way that they stay moist, and that way that will continue to have the right environment of humidity and temperature to allow those seeds to grow. One of the benefits of having holes in your microgreens tray comes when you have to water them. One easy trick that we have learned from our friend at Windrock Farm is insert your microgreens tray into a deeper seed flat, and to water them, you basically just lift up, put your water in that deeper tray, let it sit for about 15 to 20 minutes, making sure that the water hits beneath the microgreens tray. And the roots will absorb the water from below. Leave that on there for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then just lift your tray off, turn it at a diagonal, so that way your microgreens aren't sitting in water, but they're easy to water, and they have the water that they need to keep growing.
And the last stage, the harvest, my favorite!
Yep, it's her favorite because she gets to eat them. It's actually my favorite too, because you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Harvesting your microgreens, it can range anywhere from a week to 3 weeks, depending on what crop you're actually growing. One of my favorites is radishes, because I can get radishes to grow in about 7 to 10 days. I can have radishes from sowing that seed to ready to eat them, whether eat them ourselves or take them to our restaurants. But some of the other crops take a little bit longer. But ideally, you want your microgreens to be about 2 to 3 inches in height. Also, you don't have to wash your microgreens, especially if you're just consuming them for yourself. But if you are providing microgreens to customers, whether it be restaurants, individuals, your CSA, grocery stores, it's important that you do wash them just for safety purposes and for insurance purposes. And when you do so, one of the things that we do is we use salad spinners. We wash them and rinse them off in the salad spinner, spin them out, and then we lay them out and let them air dry with the assistance of a fan.
So there you have it. Microgreens are easy and fun to grow.
And that's it for this vlog. I hope that gave you a little bit of insight of how we grow microgreens. Now, like I said before, this is just the way that we can do it. Hope you take some of this and apply it in your context. If you would like to see more videos like this, please let us know in the comments below. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and make sure you also sign up to get notifications each time we release a new video. That's it for now. What is it?
See you next time.
See you next time. Greetings, friends. What am I gonna say? Greetings, friends, from our that's not it. Greetings, friends, from our vlog titled, try that again. Hey. Greetings, friends. In the second stage, you can the second stage is sow your seed or start your seed. And I have found that you can pretty much be generous with sowing your seed or laying your seed out on your tray on top of your meat moss.
Meat moss. Yum.
Whoa. The second thing that you want to do is you want to start your seed or sow your seed. And you sow your seed, I have found that you basically want to do it generally. Try it again. You're real meticulous in putting a seed here and a seed there. You basically just lay them out, spread it out on top of your meat moss. I said it again. Peat moss.
Yummy.
How do I keep saying meat moss? It's not meat moss. It's peat moss. Peat moss, not meat moss. You can just spread it out on top of your peat moss. I almost said meat moss again. I don't know why I keep saying that.